So I'm back. I decided that I'm gonna try and do these as often as I can. I'm not a big camera person in the sense of recording myself that much, but I want to get out of my comfort zone. I really am working hard to just feel comfortable in my own skin at all times, no matter who's watching me. I'm obviously comfortable around people that I know and people that I feel safe with, but it's a journey for me to be comfortable around people I don't know. And obviously I'm alone right now, so it doesn't really matter, but I know that once I post this, other people are going to see it and it makes me uncomfortable. But I want to work on that. I want to make sure that I'm constantly my authentic self no matter who or what is going on around me. And one of my favorite things to do is cook. So I don't cook like a chef. I cook for myself. I cook to eat. I cook to survive, for nutrition and all that. And also as a hobby as well, because I enjoy it. It's therapeutic for me. So I figured I'd bring everyone along with me while I do some home therapy for myself. And another reason why is because there's just knowledge and information that I feel like I have that I can spread to people. I've lost now 100 pounds from 2019, since 2019. I kind of started my health journey, I guess you can call it, around that time, and since then I've learned so much about myself, about my body. I've known I had hormonal issues like literally since I was a preteen, but just didn't really know what I had, and been diagnosed with PCOS, which is a conversation that is completely separate because it's so long. And I had a lot of people ask questions in the last video, like when they saw my last video, and they didn't know how much weight I had lost. I had mentioned it on Instagram that I had lost weight, but not everyone saw how much weight I lost. So I had lost 100 pounds to date, and I'm very happy with my journey. I feel good. I feel good. It's a good word to use for now. I feel like I'm getting to a mental space now where it's all tying in together, because at first it was more for just like physical appearance, and because I just didn't feel well, and because I was trying to conceive at the time. I was married, now divorced. Other conversation. But yeah, I just wanted to like feel good. I wasn't feeling good about myself. I wasn't feeling good physically, and I had enough. I was like, this has to change. It has to stop. So I started the first couple times that I was trying to lose weight with, working out and going hard at the gym, or trying to go hard at the gym, but not understanding, one, why I wasn't seeing results, and two, why I felt like crap. And the reason why was because I have PCOS, which, if you don't know, it's a hormonal disorder syndrome. It's called polycystic ovarian syndrome, which I hate the name, but we're not going to get into that. It was really difficult to lose weight and keep it off because my body doesn't work the same way that everybody else's body works. So all the advice I was getting from doctors, from friends that I have that are nurses, and and also physical trainers and all this stuff, it just wasn't working for me, and I just couldn't understand why. And it's extremely frustrating when you're trying to put your that first step forward and nothing's working. But once I kind of figured that out, I was able to like get in a routine that worked for me. And the first thing I had to tackle was food and what I was eating, because I can't eat the same way that everyone else eats. There's certain fruits and vegetables that I kind of have to stay away from or just eat way less of. And there's certain things that I can eat and indulge in and have all the time. So I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not none of that. I'm just showing you recipes that helped me lose weight and things that I've done and worked on that have helped me. This particular recipe that we're doing, though, I haven't tried yet. This is the first time I'm doing it. I'm really excited because I love chicken wings. I love chicken wings. It's like that thing that I like to eat when I am with my friends and we go out to dinner, or like, it's usually the appetizer I go for. It's the finger food I go for. I know it's nasty. I know it in the sense of like, with your hands and all that. I don't care. I'm that girl. I'm gonna eat chicken wings on a first date if I have to. I don't care. But with that being said, I've been wanting buffalo wings, but the butter in there is no buenos for me. So I had found this recipe on Pinterest that intrigued me. So I want to try it. I kind of finessed it a little bit because I didn't have, no, I do have pretty much everything, but I don't think they seasoned the chicken. Like, it was just like salt, pepper, and that was kind of it. So I seasoned my chicken, and then the ingredients for the sauce, I just measured out, which I have here. And then I have my Frank's. Frank's is not that bad for you. It's pretty basic. If you look at the ingredients, it's pretty basic. So you're good to go with this. And then instead of doing butter, I'm doing ghee. So let's get started. So I said I seasoned my chicken wings already, and I used pretty much the seasonings that are gonna go in the sauce, which is paprika, garlic, what else? Paprika, garlic, cayenne, salt for the wings, pepper, and then for the dry ingredients in here, it's just black pepper, paprika, cayenne, and garlic salt. And that's pretty much it for that. And then you have your Franks and then your ghee. So you can season your wings however you like. You can use the adobo that I talk about all the time. I can put the recipe underneath in the description for you guys. Very simple. Love it. It's my fave. You can use that, or you can just use something similar to what calls for the sauce, so that everything kind of just ties in together. So now that my wings are seasoned, I seasoned them earlier because I wanted the flavor to marinate in my wings. And we're gonna do them in the air fryer. That's the other thing. So typically fry wings, or you bake them. But when you bake them, I find that they come out kind of soggy. They don't come out as crispy as you want them. Frying them is not an option for me unless I'm out for dinner, then I kind of have no choice. So I like to air fry them whenever I make chicken wings. Like, this is the first time I'm making these wings, but I make chicken wings all the time for myself, and different flavors and all that stuff. So whenever I do them in my air fryer. So we're gonna start by making the wings and throwing them in the air fryer. And I like to do 15 minutes at 350 to really cook them through. And then the last like 10 minutes, I go ahead and bring it up to, what am I looking for, tongs? I bring it up to 375, 380, so that they get nice and crispy. So I flip them midway through the first cooking. I flip them through and then let them finish cooking in there. And then the last 10-ish minutes, I throw the heat up. So hold on one sec. Let me get these tongs because I don't want to throw my fingers in there again, because I forgot that I had to put turmeric in there. And now my little phalanges are yellow for like the next 2 days. So that's great. So I had mentioned before, and this is going to be kind of a Q&A-ish type of video while the wings cook as well, because there was like questions about me that people were asking, and I figured I'd answer them since I have time today. One of the things that like I mentioned before was how much weight did I lose. I lost 100 pounds, and I did it all like naturally. I didn't do any surgeries. I didn't do anything like that. Hold on. So we're gonna bring this down to 350 at 15 minutes. And there it goes. So I lost my weight naturally by eating a pretty solid diet and making sure that I was moving my body and working out at least 2 to 3 times a week. And what I mean by a solid diet, I did intermittent fasting for probably 3 to 4 months, like straight. And that kickstarted my metabolism. I kid you not. It was really hard the first 2 weeks. It was the hardest thing I did. in a very long time, because we're not used to going so long without eating, and we're taught, breakfast, lunch, and dinner plus snacks in between. And that's great if that works for you, but that doesn't work for everybody. So when I really, really was like, no, I have to lose weight, my heaviest was 256.7, so damn near 257. And I was like, I have to do something. Like, I would wake up feeling terrible, like like just feeling like, is the day over yet? I'm already tired. Like, I have to get out of bed and I'm already tired. And no one wants to wake up like that. That's not fair and it's not pleasant. So I had seen an article somewhere, I believe, and I believe my boss was doing it, but him and his wife did like an extreme, like they went straight to like fasting for 20 hours, and I was not with that. I was like, is there options to this? And then I looked into it myself, and you can do like a 16-8. So that's what I did. I did 16-8. And what that means is that I didn't eat for 16 hours, and I ate a block of 8 hours a day. So between those 8 hours, I had to eat all my meals. And it sounds worse than what it actually is, because if you think about it, you're sleeping a good amount of those hours because you're not eating through the night. Unless you're up late at night eating a snack, which you're not supposed to be doing. So I would stop eating every night. Well, not every night. It depended on my day, to be honest. I tried to like make it work for that day, for each day. Because for me, like work-wise, my schedule wasn't consistent. Like I didn't work a 9 to 5. I was working at a spa, and I made my own schedule, but I wanted to be there during the mornings for some days, evenings for some days, mid shifts. So it varied. So I had to and if I wanted to go out at night, like with my husband at the time, like if we wanted to go to the movies or if we were going out to the bar with friends, like I didn't want to stop eating at like 7 p.m. or 8 o'clock when I knew I was going to be out till 1 or 2 in the morning. Like I was going to be starving, and then I would binge eat, and that's not good. So what I did was that I would, depending on the day, for the most part, I would eat between 1 and 9 p.m. Either 12 to 8, 1 and 9, or 2 to 10, depending on how my day was looking. But the latest I would eat was 10, and that was only if I was going to be out late, meaning my body's going to be moving, so it would have time to burn that food out, and I would be able to digest it. You don't want to eat at least 2 hours before bedtime. That's really, really important. So certain days I would eat at 12 to 8. If I knew I had to get up early the next day and I knew I was going to go to bed early that night, 12 to 8 was perfectly fine. So I usually would, in the mornings, have a cup of coffee, and it has to be black, but I don't follow rules 100%. I'm not going to lie to you. So what I would do is that I would throw like a little a creamer, like whatever creamer we had in the store, or if we had a little bit of like sugar or honey with a splash of milk, like that was what I would do. And at first it didn't taste that great to me because I was used to my coffee being so much sweeter, but throughout the weeks I got so used to like my coffee being like damn near black and basically sugarless that I was fine. So I would just do a little bloop of whatever, creamer, sweetener, and have a cup of coffee in the morning. That would be the first thing that I have, and water, obviously, a big cup of water with lemon, preferably. And that's what I would have from the moment I woke up. So sometimes I would wake up at 7, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. And from that time, sometimes I would have 2 cups of coffee between the time that I needed to eat, from when I woke up to the time I needed to eat, because I would be hungry. And as you guys know, coffee is an appetite suppressant. So I would have my coffee. I would do maybe a second cup of coffee if I was really hungry that day, or if I was going to eat later, like if I was going to eat at 2, I was definitely having a second cup of coffee, which looking back probably wasn't great for like anxiety purposes, but that's besides the point. And then a lot of water to like hold me over. And then that first meal would usually be something pretty light, a salad, or we had an Energy Fuel next door, so I would be in there getting their barbecue chicken quesadillas, and I would eat half of it. So I wouldn't eat the full thing in one sitting. I would eat half of it, and then like about 2.5 3 hours later, I would eat the other half, and that would be my second meal. And you should add obviously some greens to that, maybe a salad, some veggies or whatever, just to keep you, sustained. And then I would go home. I would have like a little snack while I made dinner. Snack can be a handful of almonds. It could be a hard-boiled egg. It would be, for me, sometimes it would be a smoothie. I would have like a strawberry, banana, peanut butter type of smoothie. Boop, put that together real quick with, milk or water. And I would have that as like my snack. And then I would have my dinner would be the last thing I ate. So it would either be at 8, 9, or 10 p.m. depending on the day that I was having. And that did wonders for me. It kick-started my metabolism. It gave me so much energy after like that 2-week mark, because the first 2 weeks, it feels like your body's going through like a purge. You feel horrible the first 2 weeks. And when I say horrible, I don't want you to be scared. It's like you feel like you have the flu because your body's achy, you feel tired, you feel like a little grumpy because you're not used to it. You're not used to not eating a certain way, and your body's detoxifying itself. You're adding a lot of vegetables and greenery into your diet with this as well. I cut out sugar, I cut out carbs, I cut out anything and everything that was just not good for PCOS, because that's what I knew I had. I hadn't gotten diagnosed yet, but I knew I had every symptom that you could think of. The only thing that I didn't even know, and then I found out, through the process of trying to have a baby, was that my ovaries were enlarged. So, yeah, no one diagnosed me. Doctors that's a separate conversation, like I said. But yeah, so I started with that, and it changed my life. Like, it changed the way I eat even now to this day. I don't intermittent fast as often as I used to anymore, but I know I want to kind of go back to it once I get myself on a better routine. I had mentioned this on Instagram that my old routine was not working for me anymore, and I had stopped intermittent fasting like a year ago at this point. So it might be an option to go back to it. I'm contemplating it. I'm trying to see how I get through it. But yeah, I decided that was it. I wanted to do something, and that's what I did. And then I would say do that first. Don't try to do that and go, start a whole workout journey as well. It's too much. It's way too much, especially the first 2 weeks. Stay your butt home, maybe go on a walk, but don't overdo it. It's too much. Your body does not know what's happening. It's literally it's going to go into a shock. And it's gonna be too much. And once you feel a little more energetic and energized, then you can add a routine. And I would say start with 2 days, and then kickstart it to 3 and 4, and whatever it is that makes you happy. I used to keep it at about 3 days a week. I'm not a gym head. I don't really like working out that much, but yeah, definitely 3 days a week. Like very good cardio, very heavy cardio, and some lightweight training. Because I realized that I physically can't do crazy heavy lifting. Again, PCOS doesn't let your body recover the same way, everybody else's body recovers, so I wasn't able to do that. But yeah, that was the beginning of my weight loss journey, since so many people were inquiring, and food was the most important part. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was getting in the kitchen and going online and finding recipes that were low carb, no sugar, basically keto. But again, I don't follow rules to the T, so I'm not gonna sit here and say I was on a keto diet. I just was on a very low carb, sugar-free diet, and the fruits that I would eat were basically the fruits that you're allowed to eat while during when you have PCOS. So that was that. And yeah, the working out portion I'm still working on. During the pandemic, I picked up running because I couldn't do anything else. But I hate it. My shins hurt. I get bad shin splints. I'm not about that life. I'm not a runner. It was just not for me. But I do I did the Stairmaster. That's my thing. And right now, the way my body is feeling, I'm kind of sad that I can't do it the way that I normally do, because I'm not feeling the greatest. But when I was good and my energy was tip-top shape, and I was losing weight and getting more energized through intermittent fasting and stuff, I started off doing 6 minutes on it, because my heavy ass was not doing more than 6 minutes. Like the first, I would say, week, I would go on it just for 6 minutes and then do the rest of my cardio on the elliptical. And then I made it my mission. I don't know what or why. I made it my mission to like do my cardio on there. And now, you know, when I feel good and I'm able to, I can do 30 minutes at a pretty decent speed and a full leg circuit on there, which like I'll do donkey kicks, I'll do lunges, and I'll do side steps on, you know, both sides. And I can do that for 30 minutes straight, no break, no pause, at like about a 6 or 7 speed for the most part, which is not that fast, but it's consistent speed for your body, especially when you're doing a whole leg circuit. I'm drenched by the time I get off that machine, drenched. And I love it. It feels really good. I just haven't been able to do it for a little while, and I want to get back to it soon. But yeah, that was the weight journey and like the weight loss journey for me. And I'm still on like a health journey. I'm not gonna say weight loss because I don't want to lose any more weight. I just kind of want to gain it in all the right places, if you know what I mean. But I don't wanna, my pants are so big on me. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, gaining weight in the right places is the next step. But yeah, the next thing that I want to work on is just like health wise. Like I said, having PCOS, there's just things that I can and cannot eat. So I want to get like more in tune with my body, which I'm pretty in tune with it. Like it craves the things that it's like lacking, which is, you're gonna see that in yourself as well through time. Like when I'm like dehydrated or like need certain things in my body, like I'll crave cucumbers. I didn't even used to like carrots, and now I like carrots because my body is needing that nutrients from carrots. What else? Peppers, onions. I'll crave certain foods because my body is asking for the nutrients that food needs, and now I get it. Like I'm like, oh wait, I'm not craving sugar. And even when I do crave sugar, it's like, wait, what is my body really asking me for? And it's time. It's like keeping in tune with your body and knowing what it's asking you for. And I'm still learning. I'm really, you know, trying to do my research and go to the doctor and really see what it is that my body is lacking, so I can give her what she needs, because this is the one I got to take care of her. And yeah, that's pretty much it with that. I'm not gonna go even more in depth with it just because I can be here all day talking about that. Like, people ask me a lot of questions on it and I can talk about it all day because it's my journey and it's still ongoing. I'm still here doing, learning and being. And that's like the most important thing that I can tell you in regards to that. And then the other questions I was getting was, who are you? My name is Shirley, if you don't know. My family calls me Shay, but everybody else calls me Shirley. And my name is spelled different. It's spelled with a C, so Cherly. And I say that because I know, you see my YouTube name. It starts with a C. If you go on my Instagram, my username is Shirley Nicole. And I get every variation of that name that is not mine. So I want to make it known. My name is Shirley. Shirley. Cherly, not YL. Like I tell everybody when they first see my name spelled out, like, that's LY, not YL. And they're like, what? I'm like, if you read it, it says LY, not YL. It's not Cheryl, it's Shirley. So that's my name. I'm 31 years old. Like I mentioned before, divorced, no kids, and on a journey. On a journey to just completely and totally accept myself for who I am, because I feel like I'm amazing. I'm a good person to be around. I have really good energy. I love the people that I love wholeheartedly, and my friends will tell you that. My real friends will tell you that. And I can be a bitch. I can definitely be a bitch. I have bitchy tones to me when I need to tell you, what I need to tell you. I'm working on that. But it's all out of love. It's all coming from a place of love, from a place of wanting you to grow as a person and, keep up with my energy and my, the steps that I want to take in my life. So that's that. I'm not going to go into like relationship stuff and like why I'm divorced, because it's pretty personal. And also my ex-husband's not here to defend himself. So I don't want to talk about something and talk about him without him having the opportunity to defend himself, and because that's not fair. And people tend to do that a lot, and myself included. I've been in that position where with my friends I'll talk shit. Wings. I'll talk shit and, you know, all that jazz. I didn't flip them before, but I try not to be the person that I was yesterday. I try to be a better version of me every single day. So, you know, there's things about myself that I wanted to change, which I have been working on, and you know, that's all I'm gonna say about that. You know, it was a great, you know, beautiful relationship while we had it, and you know, that's all I can say about that. I'm gonna put the chicken wings on for 375 now. I'm gonna do 7 minutes and then check on them after, just because I don't want them to burn, because these wingies will burn quick. Whilst that's going, because we have about 7 minutes, I'm gonna get the sauce ready now, because we almost done. So for the sauce, I'm gonna actually move a few of these things around. Oh. So for the sauce, we have to melt the ghee. This burner is always a problematic little bitch. So we're gonna, I don't want this to spill. We're gonna melt our ghee. I'm gonna lower the flame on that. Ow. I'm gonna lower the flame on this because she's a burner. And we're gonna throw our ghee in here. So we're gonna let that fully melt, and then what we're gonna just do is, once that's melted, you don't really have to keep it on the burner. We're gonna throw it into the half a cup of Frank's, and the measurements for all this is a half a teaspoon, except for the paprika, it's a full teaspoon. You can add more, add less, depending on how spicy you like it. I like spicy, I added a little more, and the cayenne calls for a half a teaspoon. I did a little bit more than half a teaspoon. I like spicy. So you're gonna let the ghee melt, which is pretty much melting. It's melting. And then we're gonna mix it all together. And like I said, chicken wings is that thing for me. Like, when I go out to the bar, I'm getting some chicken wings. When I go out to dinner, I've gone on dates and had chicken wings. And don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's whatever. And it's not that I want to, but you know, guys will ask me, ow. Guys ask me like what I like. I'm like, I love chicken wings. That's like my thing. And they're like, oh, you know, I love that a girl, you know, when they eat chicken wings in front of me, blah blah blah. I'm eating the chicken wings though. Like, I'm not gonna eat them like, you know, fake eat them and leave all the meat on the bone. I'm gonna eat my chicken wings. So we're gonna incorporate that and all of the spices. I need a little whisk, I think. Grab one. Bet you I don't. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do the ghetto whisk. So we're gonna incorporate. And they said that if it separates, to just remix it. So it smells good. I'll tell you that much. I mean, it's Frank's. So how could it not? Get out there. But yeah, this turned into a whole video about chicken wings, but about my weight loss journey, to be quite honest. And I'm not mad at it. I like when people know about it. I like talking about it because I'm proud of it, number one. And number two, I know that I had so many questions when I was starting, and I had no one to answer them. Like, none of it made sense to me. And it also was tough because I had a different issue that was going on with my body. So it was a little rough. So I know there's actually, like, the first time I said, you know, on social media that I had PCOS, like, I had so many people comment on that post and like DM me on the post actually, because I put it on my stories, and saying that they had it or they had a family member that had it. And I'm out here thinking I'm the only one because no one talks about it. And it's just like, dang, I've been chatting it up with somebody else and having conversation, but no one talks about it. And it's kind of annoying because I didn't want to go through this alone, and nobody was really around. And it's really sad. And like one of the symptoms of PCOS, when you're really, really going through it, is depression and anxiety. Just like checking my hair, I'm sorry. It's depression and anxiety. That's one of the top symptoms of it, aside from like the physical stuff. It's also a mental thing. Like, it's not just like, oh, I can't lose weight, I can't have babies and body hair and facial hair. It's not just that. It's also extreme body fatigue for certain people. It's mental like issues and concerns. Like, I go through moments where my anxiety is up and down, and it's really, really difficult for me. Ooh, last 2 minutes. So I wish I would have had, more support on that, with that, I mean, because it was kind of rough going through it alone. I felt very lonely. I had my friends around to help me with like, encouragement, in the sense of like, they were always like, you're doing so good, we're so proud of you, you look amazing, and they were always really, really encouraging. My friends, especially my friend Mia and Jasmine, like, they both, I guess they saw it in me like right away, because I wasn't seeing it at first, and they were both commenting and looking at me like, girl, what are you doing? Like, that you're losing so much weight. Like, we see, because they would, I worked with them, like, we see what you're eating, but you have to be doing something else, because it's just melting off of you. And it really was melting off of my body. I can't explain it, but it was that. It was getting in control of, what I was putting in my body, and doing research on what was really going on with me. Because a lot of people are, like, give up on the journey of, like, losing weight. And I'm not saying that you have to lose weight, you have to be skinny, but you need to get to a place with your body where you're comfortable and you feel healthy, and you feel like you can go on a walk, and you feel like you can go to an amusement park without feeling literally out of breath the first 30 minutes that you're there, and not being able to keep up with everybody. Like, you deserve to be able to have stamina. That's the word. Once your body has stamina and you feel good and you can do what you gotta do, that's all that matters. It's not about losing 100 pounds. It's losing the weight that is excess for your body, that is not allowing you to live the life that you want to live. I was watching Lizzo's show on Amazon Prime, and them big girls, them curvy girls, them like deliciously juicy girls, were doing backflips, were dancing and hopping, and there's things that they were doing that I, at my tiny weight right now, and like, I'd be out of breath. Like, I would be out of breath. So it's really more about your personal stamina and where you feel good physically. Like, for me, I've always been a pretty small, like, girl. I'm gonna show you these wings because they feel really good. So pretty, so delicious. Yeah, I've always been a pretty petite girl. Like, through high school, elementary school. I think elementary school, I kind of got a little chunky, but I was like, that like body changing weight. You can hear. Can you hear? That's what you want to hear. I gained that little like chunky weight that you gain when you're like, your body's changing and the hormones and the period and all that is coming through. I gained weight then, but then like when I got to like middle school, I was back to like a normal for my body type weight. Inside, I grew a little bit. I had a little more height on me, and I'm the same height I was in 7th grade. So please don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Don't talk shit. I've been 5'3"3/4 since 3/4 or a quarter. I'm saying 3/4. I'm gonna stay with 3/4. I think it's a quarter, but it's 3/4 for me since freaking 7th grade. I haven't grown a freaking inch, or a quarter of an inch at least. But I just say I'm 5'4" to people, because I think I put 5'4" on my license, but I'm pretty sure it's 5'3 1/4. But yeah, like for my size in my body frame, I was always pretty petite. I didn't gain crazy weight until I went off to college. And that's when I gained 15, 20, 30. And I just kept gaining weight. So now what we're going to do is, I'm not going to pour all of it in there, but I'm going to drizzle. And this should store pretty well. So I'm going to cover it and probably make some chicken wings tomorrow. Oh my God, these smell so good. And the sauce, I didn't even taste it. I should have tasted it, because what if I want more other stuff on there? But it smells good enough that I'm actually probably not gonna add nothing. Oh yeah, no, you don't need to add anything. Oh my gosh, that's good. Wow, that's a good sauce. See, I'm glad I added the extra cayenne and the extra paprika, because it wouldn't have been spicy. And it's still not like spicy. Like, I could probably do a little spicier than this, but for regular, oh my goodness, this is so good. I'm eating a wing. Y'all have to try this recipe. That's really good. It went to the back of my throat. It's not because it's spicy. Question, and I need answers. This is an important question. We might not be able to be friends depending on your answer to this question. Flats or drums? Leave it in the comments. Just that's the only words I want to see in there. Flats or drums? Or DM me or text me if you're one of my friends and you have my phone number. Flats or drums? I know most of my friends prefer preference, but just remind me, because we might not be able to be friends. I'm a flats girl. I like flats. Always like flats. It's my favorite part. You know, I'm gonna dip it back in this. Oh, they're hot too. Sheesh. Ow. Damn, am I really supposed to eat a chicken wing in the video? I eat them everywhere else, so I shouldn't be like, but there's a possibility that more people at some point in time, I'm not saying tomorrow or when I post it, maybe a year or two down the line, there's gonna be some people watching this shit. I'm over here scarfing down a chicken wing. But I'm gonna eat the chicken wing because I'm hungry. Yes. Yes. That sauce is fire. Oh, they're hot. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, I'm fucking this chicken wing up. I don't care if y'all watching. My dad and my brother make fun of me because when they see the bone, after I eat like chicken in general, they're like, geez. I'm like, listen, what should I do? Leave the meat there? There's meat. I'm gonna eat it. But yeah, try these chicken wings, guys. And let me check my mouth, because I probably got, yes, definitely got sauce on me. Try these chicken wings. You're not gonna regret it. If you have any questions, DM me or put it in the comments. I got you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy these wings. I hope you enjoyed my TED Talk about weight loss. And yeah. Any questions regarding the wings or losing weight? Because I know there were some people that like asked some of my friends like some questions and they don't have all the answers, or they just don't feel comfortable giving away like my personal information. And I got to do like a Q&A, like a sit down Q&A, and I was gonna try and do it with this, but it was gonna be too much. I thought about it and I'm like, yeah, no, let me just answer the weight loss thing, and I got that. But I'm gonna try and do like a Q&A type of video, so all the questions do not go unanswered. And that's about it, guys. If you have anything for me, any critiques, anything, any feedback, I'm willing to listen. Just don't be a jerk. Don't be mean to me. I'm sensitive, so don't be mean. Say it in a productive way so that I can receive it. Don't be a jerk. I'm hella sensitive, okay? But I hope you guys have a good night, a good day, and see ya.